Hello there, it's Heather with Planning with Grammy. I am doing a DesignLovelyStudio spread, hot cocoa, because this week there is a hot cocoa, National Hot Cocoa Day, and I forgot what day that is. That is, let's see here, the 31st, National Hot Chocolate Day. And lucky for me, Design Lovely Studio has a hot cocoa themed sticker printout. I really like her stickers. I think she uses AI, and I think she uses her own I don't know, design, like art, and she puts together these really pretty images. And she has, she basically provides you everything you need to decorate your planner. She also pretty much does just the classic, but since you get to print that out, you can always print it smaller or larger to fit your needs. You might need to use some scrapbook paper or washi and other things to make it fit properly in there. But basically, you can make it work. And I might be able to show you some of those things as I'm using them. So right now what I'm doing, I don't have a Cricut. I do everything. Oh, I'm missing one. There we go. Here it is, one. I do everything by hand cut. At this time, I just don't feel I would use it enough to say it's worth that amount of money. I do have access to one though, and I'm thinking about possibly using it and showing what it's like to use one. And then kind of make a better informed decision if it's really worth getting. I'm probably going to say no, though, because that's a lot of money. But I'm not sure. So these are the little numbers. So what she does is she prints out, you print out these little numbers, and then you stick them on the day of the week. So this way you can use it for any time that you want to. You can use it for any year you want to. So let's say you printed out this year for Hot Cocoa Month or Hot Cocoa Day, and then you want to use it again next year, but they're different dates. You don't have to worry about it because the dates are separate. So you just put them on. Saturday is going to be the 31st. I'm probably going to speed through this process. Okay, so I have the numbers up. These are some washi that come with the kit that I have cut out. And what I like to do is, like I said, she creates the prints for classic size. I use a big. So hers don't perfectly fit for mine. That's why you see the difference here. So what I like to do, I found a few things to make it look as if it's supposed to be there. That way, this looks lovely on its own. You really could just cut off the tops that don't, the extra right there, and leave it nice and clean looking like this with a white background. But I like to put in the washi. She has 2 sets of washi. Let me see here. Here's the other set. Usually I use the flowers, but I really wanted the brown for hot cocoa because I really like hot cocoa. So I'm going to, and they usually fit pretty good. There's usually a little bit of white in there. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of white in there, but I'm okay with that. I'm not that much of a perfectionist. I like a little bit of, you know, like on these boxes, sometimes there's a little white on it and things like that. I'm fine with that. So I'm going to go and put these washis in next. Okay, so each one of her kits also includes a hello weekend, and that I like to put on. There are many different ways you can put this on here. You know, you could put it down on the bottom. I could have made this bigger so that it would fit across. If I put it at, I forgot what it is, but it's like, I'm going to have to look it up. But there's a way to print it and it gets bigger. I did that with the boxes. I could have made it so that it went all the way across. But I am happy with it as is. So I'm just going to put that there. And then I guess I'll get right to it. Let's get to the boxes next. Might as well start with these two. These are my weekend boxes. These are the boxes that I actually did go through and make them wide enough to fit, actually tall enough to fit. Wide does not work, and I have a trick for that I like to use. This week, unfortunately, I realized that I ran out of the supply that I like to use. So I'm going to have to go a little different. But I think it will come out just fine. So let me get the boxes down. These little bows are absolutely adorable. What I like to do sometimes is fill them in instead of doing a check mark when I do the item that's on there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through and just add these boxes. Okay, so my solution to the gap is washi tape. And when I use washi tape, I use Quickie Glue. It's by Sakura. We've used Sakura for a lot of things. Usually I go as sparkly as I can. I'm just going to double check. I mean, that doesn't look like hot chocolate. Yeah. I wish I could, but that looks like orange to me. All right. I thought I could try, but I do have these Live Love Posh washi tape that I'm kind of hoarding, to be honest. This one here looks really good for chocolate. It came with the neutral pack. Luckily, I'm not doing a lot. Normally, I do a lot of washi. I do have one, but I don't think I have enough in it. Let me just double check here. I do have this washi, which is really, really fun for this, but I don't think there's enough. You know, I'm going to go with this one and just try. And if it doesn't make it, then it doesn't make it. Oh, I am missing something. I don't know if I have it in this bag. I do not have it in this bag. I have a little knife that I use for this. I really have no clue where it is. So I'm not sure. Oh wait, hold on. I'll use this. Okay, we'll use these. I got these years ago on Amazon. Let's see here. So what I like to do is I like to take this. We got to take off the little piece of plastic. It keeps it nice and. You see how, oops, turns it blue where the glue is. And then we just pop this on. Whoops. It's not far enough. Ah! Okay. Now I realize this is taking over the border and it's not making it perfect. But I still like it. If I have really, really skinny tape, which I have seen and done, works even better. Now, you might be asking, why do I put the extra glue down? Because it's washi tape. I think the whole purpose of washi tape is to kind of come off easily. And I want these to last. So, to me, the washi tape is going to hopefully help these designs stay longer. And I like washi tape. Sometimes I've been known to washi all the boxes, all the lines. That's why there's barely anything left on this roll. See, on some of them, depends how I cut them, I think. On how much of the box you see, or see how there's a little bit of space there, how I lay them down. There's a lot of factors, I think, that come into play on if you see the edges or not, but I've gotten kind of used to it, and I still prefer it. So if you don't prefer it, you don't have to do it this way. But I just like putting in a little extra sparkle. And since it's all about hot chocolate, I'm hoping I can get through this. So I have 3 to go. 2 of them are small. This is getting kind of nerve-wracking. Will I make it? What do you think, people? It does add to the process as well, doing this glue pen, but I'd rather do it and know that my work is going to have a chance of staying than not. Brown's a little dark, but in the right light, it will shimmer. And holy cow, I made it. Whoops. The other problem with these pens are you have to know what direction the blade is going in, and it can be very tricky. Definitely put this on here and have it sit this way. Lesson learned on that. Okay. Yeah, so that's what I do with that. That's my little trick. And if you really wanted to, you could line it this way in the bottom, and then just have the bows here. But obviously with the amount of, it's like wood debris there, I only have like maybe 1 or 2 more go rounds. I don't think I want to chance that. But what I'm saying is you could do, you know, 1 here to make it match better, and then 1 here, And then you'd have this. It looks really nice. I just don't think I have enough for that. I really want to try though, don't I? I really do. But I'm not going to. Okay, so this would have been really nice too. It would have been even thicker. And it has more of a chocolate kind of a look to it now I think of it. But I just like the sparkle. So there goes that. So let's see here. One of the neat things about these kits are the designs. And I can't remember if it's 124, 123. I'm going to have to look it up. But I expanded the size to fit loosely in there. These, though, I tried to do it so that they fit fully into it. There's a little bit of white going on here, but I'm not going to use the washi on these because they're more of a clear. I put them on an Avery postal paper, I think it is, and they just blend right in. Okay, so I like too many of them, I guess, and I wasn't sure what ones I wanted on the page. So what I did is I printed out each one that had cocoa in it, but I really liked the girls having a sleepover or whatever they're doing. I could maybe skip these. Normally I put these here, or I would do it this way because you don't want to put the two right next to each other. And I know I didn't do matchy-matchy over here, but I just felt like the spread had too much blue for hot cocoa. So I was trying to reduce the amount of blue. So normally I would do that, and I would put weather, and I would put meals here. And then I would put a brain dump here. But what I could do is get rid of this one and put this here, but it's clear. So you're going to see the graph underneath it. But then what I could do is find some white paper to put it on so you don't see that. Let's see here. I think Monday I have a picture to put here. I have a picture for Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. I could just do all pictures this week instead of journal. Oh, that's what I was going to try to do, is journal up here instead of my regular journal. I have special boxes that I made that have little faint lines on it because it's already Wednesday. And so to put a list down for Monday and Tuesday might be a little silly, except for like, I went to work and things like that. So what I could do is put this here. Oh, I cut that bad. Eek. Look at that. It's like, ooh. Oh well. And then put a photo of my grandson here, a photo of me here, because this is library shelfie day, and I took a picture of myself in the romance section with a book that I like. It's an older book. And then maybe Thursday I can come up with a picture if I go to band night. And then Friday could be grandson, grandson, grandson. So maybe I will do that. I will put in photos and I'll do some journaling and writing up on the top. This will be very photo. But I have these as well that I was kind of hoping to put in. I mean, I could be like, you know, this or something. I don't think I have room for them this week. I really wanted them in there though. Like I could put it, like, cover up that one maybe. That's a lot of room. Or this one. Like, the, you know, 3 favorite things, or gratefulness, gratitude, or I might be able to put them over here, because sometimes what happens is we just get going on the weekends. So what happens is my son lives with me and my husband, and his son comes here on the weekends. And so we get to see him quite a bit, which is great. And we get to do a lot of things with him. And so sometimes we just get caught up in what we're doing that we forget to take pictures. And sometimes there's blanks over here. So sometimes I leave extra room so that I can put the photos in. But then if I don't take pictures, I'm like, what do I do? So then what I do is I try to take some of these and put them in there. So I have to save these. But these are some of the stickers that you have, as well as, let's cut this off, as well as these here. Movie night, girls' night out, but first coffee, family time, relax, lazy day. These things up here. I like to use these sometimes up here and put like my work hours on it or something, or, you know, something to do with hours or an event, things like that. And sometimes I like to put them up here as well, like planning session. Like I would put that on Wednesday. It would cover up the design a little bit, but, you know, girls' night out, you could put like on a Friday or something. I don't know. I just kind of, sometimes I like putting those up on the top. There's a little planner, little tea, all sorts of nice things on there. And then another way to do the planner, if you don't want the boxes, you can use these tags right here. And I really like those. So sometimes I don't use the boxes, and I just print this out normally. I don't enlarge it. I don't do anything to it. I'll just print these as they are, and I'll just put them in here. And that works out really well too. And then I have work stickers, appointment stickers. Oh, I was going to do that too. I might be able to put my work sticker in there, like in between. I'm not afraid to lap over these. There's quite a bit of space on some of them, so that might work out for me. There's Happy Mail. There's all these little stickers. There's just so much from her collection that you can do quite a bit with it. And I'm not showing these cute ones too. She's got these little bows that you could put in here. You could cut it better. Like sometimes I put it like there, so the white on white works better. She has these little boxes here. You can put like this. There's all sorts of things. And then she's got these things here. The paper, you know, you could do that there or here, put the weekend over it. There is so much to do with these kits. I really recommend them for new planners because it really teaches you all the things that you can do with your planner without having to buy a lot of sticker books. And this way you'll realize I like decorating the numbers, the dates, or you know what, that it's a little busy for me, so I don't like doing that, so I don't need to do that. Or you know, I really like decorating using these big boxes. It just, there's just so much that it can teach you, what you can fit in here. So anyways, back to what we're trying to do, and that is decide where to put. I have a little bit of a cold, I'm sorry. I think the hot cocoa, this one should go on hot cocoa day. Or this one. Oh no, hot cocoa day is on Saturday. And I almost always put just pictures in this spot right here. I never decorate usually on those days unless I have to. Okay. Well, I guess we won't do that then. I don't want to put two like cozies like that together. Do I? Maybe like this. Like I didn't want to put a bed and a bed together. In fact, these look too close together even. And those two look similar. So let's try that. That looks cute. That works for me. The flowers are separated a little bit. I don't know. I'm really not an artist, or I just go by. Now this is the great thing about this paper, this Avery paper, is that it has like little cuts in it. Unfortunately, the way it printed, you can kind of see where those cuts are though. Is there any cuts on this one? Yeah, in the corner. So it's easier to take off the paper. That's always fun. If I wanted to, and I kind of do, I could take washi and go between all these boxes. But as we know, I don't have a lot of the foiled one. I could go through and just add the regular one and just have just the one spot be foil. I could also go through and put in a white glitter one and have it be like marshmallow. Not finding anything on this one. That would be fun. You know, like a winter. I did that on another one. Not sure if I'm going to finish that video or not. I had lots of problems with my camera. In fact, I'm hoping that my camera is still recording right now. Whoa. Okay, that is the problem with this paper though. That's stinky. This paper, once you put it down, that's it. There's no going back. This paper, once it's down there, it's down. You can't do anything about it. Don't even try to pull it up. It's not worth it. You're going to pull up the paper. And because of that, it does look kind of Really could use a little finesse with some washi. Oh, do I do the washi or not? Okay, we're going to put this in. Over here. You know, that one piece of washi goes over too far. I know. But I don't care, so I leave it. And then this one is going to go down here for my meals, which I do have to figure out for the rest of the week. Oh, I did too far. This paper that I'm using is removable. Okay. This one I think I usually bring up higher. And then I really think I want to do some washi or some sort. Question is, do I use the cocoa? I think I'm going to use this because it's hot cocoa. I really want glitter, but just experiment here for a minute. Okay, I think I do like it. The problem is, if I'm going to put in photos, it's going to have to be my after the pen process. Because if you put washi down and then you put a photo over it, a lot of the time the photo will go over the washi and it will look really odd. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down as inspiration, and this is more chocolatey to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I will put the pictures down, but I'm going to put this in part 2. And then I'm going to find a quote maybe and put that down here. I'm going to put my dump list, and I'm going to put what's next week down here. And then that's everything for that. And then I'm going to trim this off and put other things in here. So I think this is it for part 1. But I hope that these stickers here, that you find them exciting and are curious enough to check out. These are the ones I was hoping to use somewhere, because those look hot chocolatey. Maybe up here, that's something. I'm going to find places for them. But this is going to have to be a part 2 thing, I think. So yeah, let's wait for part 2. And I hope that you look into these stickers, because they really are, there's so much more you can do with them than I probably do, but this is what works for me. And I think this way is a great way to start as a beginner. And I just recommend that you do what's good for you and ask yourself what you use your planner for. And I use mine for a checklist. I use it for decorating to keep me excited and wanting to do things. And then I do it for journaling, and I do it for memory keeping. And so that when I go back in my planner, I could be like, oh, remember that weekend we had this to do and that to do, because that's what's going to be written up here. And then I'll be like, oh, and here's that picture where my grandson is playing in, you know, a bucket of cornmeal with his trucks, and oh, I remember that weekend, and things like that. So that's how I use my planner. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope I edit it well, because this is going to be a first for me. So have a great day.